Despite being one of the countries with the highest burden of sickle cell disease in the world, awareness and understanding of the condition remain a challenge in Nigeria. To mark this year's awareness campaign, the Obi Ogbonna Sickle Cell Foundation, in collaboration with the Beulah Sickle Cell Foundation, organized an awareness walk in Abuja aimed at drawing attention to the realities of sickle cell disease and the need for greater support for those affected.
52-year-old sickle cell warrior based in Abuja, and also the founder of the Obi Ogbonna Sickle Cell Foundation. In the commemoration of the World Sickle Cell Day, we have gathered here at the FCT College of Education, Zuba, where we had a 2.5-kilometer walk from the King's Palace to the college, and afterwards we had a sickle cell awareness activities inside the hall. There's free genotype testing going on and a whole lot of other tests. People were educated about sickle cell, warriors were encouraged, celebrated, and also our caregivers. So today is a day of celebration and also a day of creating awareness for the world to know about sickle cell, what sickle cell is and is not.
My name is Josephine Olunaike. I'm the founder of Beulah Sickle Cell Foundation. What we majorly did today was the Red Umbrella Walk, which is the pet project of the coalition of NGOs. It's been ongoing for the past 8 years, and this is us continuing it again. And it is just to create awareness about genotype, create awareness about taking informed decision. No one should stay without knowing their genotype. That's just the truth of the matter. And then that will help you to take informed decision. And this community, when we got here, it was so shocking when we were moving through the community. We were surprised that even many of the children, the younger ones we saw, even though they don't even know what it is, they say single cell, different. So you can't even say, do you know it? Even the adults. In fact, we saw an adult telling us that if you have money, sickle cell will go. So there's all these wrong narratives.
Stakeholders and people living with the condition shared their experiences while highlighting ongoing efforts to improve awareness, care, and advocacy.
My name is Hawa Audusani. Sickle cell is I'm a sickle cell warrior myself, and it hasn't been easy really. I'm turning 43 and it has been a battle. When you're not talking of the psychological aspect, the pain, trauma, the financial burden of it. Our caregivers are not left out of it. They have to think of how we get by, the bills, how to take care of us when we're down. And the whole purpose of this program is to create awareness of sickle cell so that at least everybody knows that we have to break this cycle. In as much as we are here now and we are trying to make sure that every sickle cell patient is going to survive and thrive, we still have to make sure that more people are not coming into it, because even if it does not affect you directly, it affects the economy. It really affects the economy, because the productive years and time of the caregivers and the sufferers themselves gets wasted because we're taking care of ourselves and we're trying to survive. So I just want to say, with sickle cell disorder out there, they should know that yes, you can survive and you will thrive and you will live well. And for people that are deciding whether to make that decision, it's not something you want to do. Thank you.
I am pharmacist Nkechi Ezodu. I work for Federal Capital Territory Administration, Health Secretariat. I'm always excited every June 19 when we do sickle cell awareness campaign, because I believe it's one of the important things to do in life, since it involves recreation of life and the steps to stop the unnecessary harm that comes with productivity. Nigeria can actually wipe off sickle cell in our society if more awareness is created. If more awareness is created concerning sickle cell anemia and other infectious diseases that can be eradicated. Everybody knows what sickle cell is. It's a genetic disease that is hereditary. It's not transferable. It comes with mismatch. When we allow ignorance to play a major role in our society, that's when sickle cell comes in to be the kingmaker of our time. But actually, even if you have the sickle cell itself, it's not a death sentence because it can be cured through hematopoietic stem cells transplantation, though it has a lot of side effects, and and it's very expensive to be dealt with in the first place. So the cheapest thing we will do is to encourage every child to know their genotype, and to tell parents not to force their children into marriage without knowing what their genotype status.
My name is Lion MLS Ahmed Alasan. I am a medical laboratory scientist, which means I'm a health caregiver. When we say sickle cell disease is a disease disorder that occur or that affect people with sickle cell, because their cell, instead of being in a pure or normal oval shape of blood, they take the shape of a sickle, which appear like a banana shape. And because of that, anytime the blood is trying to move through their veins, they have difficulties in that, and which causes the crisis, which causes them pain from time to time, and that is what we refer to as a crisis. Then the parents, my advice to the parents and everyone out there is that first of all, we need to know our genotype, because we said what is the genotype itself? So genotype is a genetical composition of an organism. So everybody, before you become who you are, the genes come together from both mother and father to form you. So if there's any defect, or one of the parents is a carrier, definitely it will affect or the two parents that are having similar genotype. We have most especially AS. So AS and AS, whenever they come to be together, they produce a kind of a product that result to that. So for that purpose, we need to be aware and know our genotype.
My name is Charity Ene Arumona, and I'm here for the Red Umbrella work for sickle cell awareness. Well, it's been an amazing work. I mean, having to meet amazing warriors, caregivers, and a lot of people that actually want to know what the work is about, want to know what sickle cell is about, and then having to know their genotype. This year, theme is the Red Umbrella work. From awareness to action talks about having to do the right thing, know your genotype, to be on the safer side, to make sure that you do not bring children into the world that will end up having sickle cell and then having to suffer for it at the end of the day. I'm a proud warrior myself, and I would say the journey so far has been a bit challenging and also a good story for me. Like, my advice to always out there is do not give up, do not let anyone bully you into thinking you're not enough. You can do it, you can get married, you can have kids, you can live life to the fullest.
I am Shelly, and I'm here to talk about the wrong myths about warriors, people living with sickle cell disease. I want you to know that sickle cell disease is not a life sentence, it's not a death sentence. It is something that happened, and we have no purpose for it. So please, I want the general public to know that sickle cell disease is not a death sentence. We can live long. We can do every other thing that every other persons do. We can go to school, we can go to work, we can jump, we can play. Anything you can think of, we can do it. And please stop the stigmatization of sickle cell warriors. Stop it. Stop saying sickle cell warriors will die so soon. Stop saying that sickle cell warriors are not strong. Stop saying that sickle cell warriors can't do a lot of things. I'll put it to you that we can do a lot of things. Think of it. Think of anything at all. We can do it. And I'll repeat, we can do it. And please, I want to plead with the Nigerian government and every other healthcare. Please, caregivers, make sure you want to take care of your warriors. Medications are expensive. I don't know what the government will do about it. So please, if there is anything the government can do about it, please help us. The medications, the treatment of sickle cell disease. And I pray that God will continue to bless everyone and every warriors. Thank you.